Moving straight into the senior wool heats.
I think we better get going. Come on, hurry up. Timekeepers are ready. Let's go. Judges to the board, please. We've got 6 of these heats, ladies and gentlemen, and we're going to be fair between the heats. There's only a 2-minute turnaround. And is Neda Hitaua, is that somebody's old name? Oh, we got some names up there that are a little bit old. Ashley, timekeepers ready. Shearers, you need to lift your game, guys. How many fleeces? 3. We want you, as long as the door closes, the wool handler hasn't got a gripe. So we want to lift the game, speed it up. These are senior wool handlers. This is the majority of wool handlers in Aotearoa. Timekeepers ready. Shearers, on your marks. Get set, go. Well, ladies and gentlemen, no mai haere mai, welcome to the 2014 Golden Shears. We're getting underway with the Ministry of Māori Development. Te Puni Kokiri is the name that we aspire to, and these are the people that recognise that the wool handlers, the majority of them are wahine, women, and of Māori descent. So that's what Te Puni Kokiri have aspired to. And of course, in this game, if you're blue, black or brown, colour doesn't matter. We all sweat the same. So these wool handlers are working away. They've got their first fleeces to come up, and the idea is to land that fleece as flat as you can on the table. Anything hanging over the side, the size of an A4 sheet of paper, is a penalty. Anything that's bunched up, the judges make the call on penalties as well. Then, of course, once the shearer goes in the pen, they've got to clean the floor as spick and span as they can. Anything that's left on the floor, maybe the size of a matchbox or a credit card. Everybody's got a credit card. That'll be a penalty point as well. The judges rotate through the system, keeping an eye on it, and out the back we've got another team of judges as well. Come on, Lee, pick it up. Let's go. We're getting ready for the first throw, Tuma, and we got a little bit of a bunching going on here. Ashley Hansen of Eketahuna, she's getting ready, but this Liv Gardner, the Alexandra girl, oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. I reckon there's about 6 points lost at the top, but I'm not a judge. Daryl's a judge. Nice throw here on stand number 4 from Ashley Aporo, the Martin Borough girl, and Erica Reti, the South Islander. She's reaching over and she's got a little bit hanging up. Well, Tuma, Gerald,
yes.
Hell, these are hard fleeces, aren't they? They're breaking up like a bugger.
Yeah, they're very difficult to throw. I was quite interested in, you'll notice, ladies and gentlemen, Liv Gardner's table there on an angle. There is tape on these boards. Take note of the tape. They have designated areas that they must stay in if they want to put their table around the side like that, so they can flick into the side quickly and do a wee side throw. Good luck to them. How they manage that, that's okay, but a very difficult fleece to throw. You can see how loose it is, okay? Well presented sheep, but when it comes to giving the fleece a bit of air time, upsy popsy, it can just go straight over the back as it did. But she's back to it now. That's it. That's been and gone. That's water under the bridge. Move on now. Doesn't mean it's contaminated. It's just points lost. Back to the shearer. The shearers are not mucking around. These are senior wool handlers here. So let's get the wool off. We've got to make this just like a shearing shed situation.
That's the one, boys. Move along, shearers. Keep the pressure on the wool handlers. Ashley's waiting for another one. Get that fleece onto the table, Tuma. We got Erica Reti down there. Her holds her fleece. This lady, Aporo, she gets the turn. Another one's coming back out on the board. What a beautiful throw. Yes. Tables too. Beauties. A little bit of hanging over the sides for Ashley. But Erica Reti, she's made a little bit of a hash of that too, hasn't she, Tuma?
Little bit, but not too bad. You're a hard
Cut
judge.
it out. Cut it out.
Good to see these shearers picking up the pace, putting a bit of pressure on these wool handlers. We don't want them to get up there and muck around. We want these girls to work. We want them to come off after wool handling these 3 fleeces and be sweating, Gerald.
Yes, definitely. We want it as close as we can to a shared situation. So to you urban and city folk that aren't involved rurally, This is what they do all day, okay? Normally the shearers would actually be travelling quicker than this, and they have the same amount of designated areas that they've got to do and cover as in allotments of wool. Okay, so they have a busy day and they're on per hour. The shearers on per head, so they go real quick because they get paid more. And the girls, in this case mainly girls, have to keep up. Now, keeping up at the moment. Hanson on table one, ready for the roll. Liv Gardner under the table, back to the shearer, dancing around, just hip hop skipping. Well, hip hop, one or the other. A big roll, going by Aporo. Get that table clear. Quick, the fleeces, another fleece is arriving. The shearers are out to the toenail on the last side again. That's it, the table's got to be fully clean before you put another fleece on the top. They're starting to run now. Koro, this is getting exciting.
Well, this is the last fleece onto the table, ladies and gentlemen, and the clock has started. Erika Ritti puts that on the table now. Aporo throws it on. There's a little bit of a mess, but the girl from Alexandra, the South Islanders, are showing us how to throw fleeces. Liv Gardner. Well, Liv, is it Liv or Love? It's Liv. She's the girl from Alexandra, and she's gone. The clock is ticking by. 1 minute and 30 seconds is all you have. Then after 1 minute and 30 seconds, you lose 1 point per second. What do they say, Gerald? Time kills. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The girl on from Ekatahuna rolling the fleece up. That's the girl, Ashley. Where's all you Ekatahunaites? Make a bit of noise for Ashley. Under the table. Oh, she's breaking our tables.
Yes, yeah.
No, she's not. Come on, girl. Well, Gerald, she's right there. We don't have the time. Is it 5:46 from the time they started?
Onto the brooms they go. This is where they use the broom and the wind. You'll see this. Up and round the legs they go. They'll get all that fribby little stuff that's come through the grating of that table all in one bundle. They'll give that a shake, and that's happening here. The Hanson from Ekatahuna into the appropriate baskets. It's very interesting to see whether they're skirting more or less than the novices. They'll have an idea from their scorecards what the judges are looking for here today.
Deep south. The R's are rolling here this afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We're live via the internet. This is going live, and there's 1,000 people online at the moment.
Oh, wonderful. 1,000 people. Big hello to you, wherever the live stream is at the moment.
Big wide world.
Big welcome all around the world. You could be on TV, folks. No place to be shy when you're at the Golden Shears.
Gerald, I just had a text and someone said watching this is better than watching Game of Thrones. So someone's out there on the web watching this at the moment and they reckon, yeah, better than watching Game of Thrones. That's pretty cool.
Okay, senior wool handler competitors in Heat 2, please. I'll have you up on the table. Catherine Sweetman, Tani Matiaha, Kylie Lanis, Kosha Tehuki. Those 4 competitors on the board now, please.
All right, you competitors, you don't have very long to get organised. Please get up on the stage. You can take a buddy up with you, somebody else to give you a help with the cleaning up, because we're getting ready. Timekeepers are ready. We're not too far away from getting underway with heat number 2, Tuma.
Just a quick announcement, ladies and gentlemen. The top 6 semi-finalists for for the novice shearing: Brodie Harrell, Ruduwai Fox, Connor Puha, Ivan Owen, Cologne McKinstry, Kobe Kershaw. Congratulations to those finalists for the novice shearing.
Shearers to the board.
Competitors in Heat 3 of the senior wool handlers. You'll be next on Vinny Goodyear, Jeremy Goodyear, Chun Oshie, Adrian Samuels.
Oh, sorry, we're waiting for the green light. Hikama. Is the green light work for the wool handling as well? We'll have to sing a song. Anybody can sing? Can you sing? No. Oh, well, I'll have to sing to you. No. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Te Puni Kokiri, the Ministry of Māori Development, is the sponsor of this. And, of course, we are wearing Trust House T-shirts. The commentators have been dressed by Smoke Free.
Timekeepers ready. Shearers, get set, go.
So we're into it now. Heat number 2, and the wool handler is Catherine Sweetman on stand number 1. There's a lot of Dannyburg people here this morning. Anybody left in Dannyburg? Make a bit of noise for Catherine. This lady knows how to throw a fleece too. She's tall, she's lean, and she's mean. Tāne Matiaha, you're the man that does the wool pressing as well. Kylie Laris, well, she's a little bit quiet. Tima, when you said timekeeper's ready, she looked around and said, they got to be joking. And down here we have another Dannyburg girl, Keisha Te Huki. So that's the lineup, shearers. Keep the pressure on these wool handlers. We've got 6 of these heats to get through. And don't forget this evening we've got the speed shear here in the stadium. We're going to turn it into a hotel, this place. Shearers, you will enter in a very short time. And I believe there's only a limited amount of sheep to shear in the speed shear tonight, Tuma. So, Gerald, we're going to have a good night tonight.
Yeah, will be. How many grades are shearing in the speed shear? 1 or 2? Got a senior and open?
Senior and open.
Senior and open. Brilliant. Lovely. Right, back to the wool handling. Now, they've had the opportunity on this first fleece, of course, no action at the table or on the floor, just to do as much as they possibly can, getting it organised, and here's the throw time, and a lot of points are tied up with this. Here we go. Throw on the second table is absolutely brilliant. A wee bit of bunching here. A little bit off down the stand 3 and 4 there. Now the next sheep arrives. Shearers in and out quickly as they should be. Shared situation once again. Now the fingers, back to the table they go. They've got to get this done as much as they can before that belly wool is sitting out the back of their shearer and he starts hitting around the crutch, because that must come out. Otherwise there's huge penalties to be lost there as well. But at the table they are at the moment, the whole lot. Stand 3, back to the board. Tānei, back to the board. Sweetman, back to the board. There we go, into the belly. Now that's got to be split into 2. We're going to get that fribby brown stuff. Table's left empty at this stage. Up the neck go the shearers. There's that little cheek wool that Tuma's been talking about. It doesn't take any dye. It's not like a straw like the rest of it. It's sort of sealed, because wool is actually like a straw. The dye goes up like you're sucking a milkshake, and that's how it gets dyed. And of course it's black wool. It won't show because black absorbs all colour, so it's got to come out as well. But you won't find that here today, folks. If they have black wool, you'll hear the shearer say black wool, and the rousey will run over and get rid of it quickly. Tuma, what else is going on down the bottom stand there?
Keisha Te Huki down here on table 4 rolls her fleece up. Come on, girls, you need to run, because these shearers are not mucking around. We want to see who is the best senior wool handlers here, and by doing that we need the pace men. That's the boys cheering up there for these wool handlers. Fleece number 2 about to hit the table. Tāne turns. Booyah! Oh, see some pretty good throws up there, Gerald.
Yeah, I like that. Booyah on then stand 3, all right. By jolly. Beautiful. Sitting there. Just sitting up nice. A bit of bunching here on the front stand for Catherine. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. Make a bit of noise. Remember, girls, use those tables. Give that wall a bit of a flick. You want to get those little fluffy second cuts out of there. They'll cover the tennis balls for Wimbledon. That's what they do. They're not worth much at all, and the farmer doesn't want it in the sample. Look out, the shearers are hitting the crutch wool now. Back to the board you must go. The tables are left. By jolly's a lot of thinking. What do they call that? They call that peripheral vision, when you can be doing one thing and see out the corner of your eye another. And women are very good at multitasking. Well, that's another one, isn't it? Eh?
I had the understanding that women it was men that had the peripheral vision and women only had single vision.
Yeah,
is that wrong?
Tunnel vision.
Tunnel vision.
Tunnel. But they're allowed to change their mind, of course.
They can see around corners, can't they?
They can. Rightio. Back to the board, Miss Board. Right, fleece 1, on for the roll. Oh.
The last fleece is getting ready to come off the table. Catherine Sweetman is the last one to put the wool in the wool pack. She goes back to the table. We're looking at the quality, what's left on the table tops, ladies and gentlemen. The judges are judging on that, what's left there. Catherine Sweetman, she throws it. She should have had a little bit more breakfast this morning because it fell short. But Tane Matiaha has the best throw, ladies and gentlemen. This boy from, it says Riverton. That's the South Island. I'm sure he's a hoary from here. But there he is. He's going around the top of the table. Matiaha picking up the side there. Sweetman just goes around, tiptoeing around the fleece. But Matiaha, he's picking it up. Hurry up, boy. This is going. Kylie Laris is getting there. But is it Keisha rolling the fleece? Tuma, she's going to be putting it in the wool pack. Catherine Sweetman's chasing her along, Tuma.
Keisha Tihuki down here on table 4, fleece in the fadge. Come on, Keisha, pick up the broom. See, she moves her table over to the side. Get the table out of the road. We've got broom in hand, all Sweetman down there as well. All 4 wool handlers. 1 minute and 20 seconds from when the shearer pulls the cord. These girls, if they go over their time, it's 1 point per second. So come on, you wool handlers. You haven't got time to dilly-dally around. Oh, Keisha, she didn't sweep the board, Gerald.
No, they're back to it now. They're going to be down for the big shake-up, the whole 4 of them. They got it all bundled. They got it clean enough. Are they happy? The hands are in the air. Tane's happy with that as well, ladies and gentlemen. Still a bit of sorting down on the bottom stand. Catherine Sweetman off to a flying start. Keep it going, Catherine. Don't give in. This is the Golden Shears. Anything can happen. That's it. Feet out of the way. Give it a shake. Into the basket. She's wrapped up. Tahukia, it's them. You'll see here, ladies and gentlemen, it's not actually over. You see the judges now just having a look at all the tidiness, what might be left on the table, as Koro said, what's under the table, what's just scattered around, whether the basket was tidy or not, or these bits hanging over the sides. There's even a wee bit in the audience line here. So all those things are judged. And then, of course, out the back it will go to be judged by weight, by grams. Grams of weight that they perceive to be in the incorrect baskets is all weighed out in grams.
Okay, moving right along. Heat 3 of our senior wool handling event. Table 1, Vinny Goodyear, Jeremy Goodyear on 2, Sean Ushi from Japan on table 3, Adrian Samuels will compete on table number 4.
Okay, get a board buddy up there. Konnichiwa, minasan oshi, banzai. I speak a Japanese too.
Just a call,
Right
please. Any more intermediate shearers out there that haven't picked up a singlet and haven't registered? Your last call for intermediate shearers that haven't registered. Timothy Wilson, you're in the first heat, Tim. Need to see you.
Timekeeper's ready.
There's the points up there, folks, from the last heat. 48. No, it's not. That's the one that's coming now.
Well, the red light is on, ladies and gentlemen. We've just got a little bit to talk about until the light... Oh, it is gone green, Timo. When you're ready.
Shearers to the board. Your judges happy? Your judges happy? Wow, that's a first. Shearers. Get set, go. Adrian Samuels, table number 4.
I struggle with Mary Do you struggle with Japanese?
No.
No.
Shonoshi.
Oh, good on you.
Is that right?
There we go, live TV. And the two brothers down on the front stands here. We've lost a bit of stuff there, but we've got Vinny on stand 1 and Jeremy on 2. Having a very busy day, so they are. Wool handling, pressing, all happening. Couple goers. Where are they from? The locals, ladies and gentlemen. They're a Masterton pair. No wonder they're in the shearing sheds. How could you barely live in Masterton and not be tied up with the Golden Shears and the shearing industry as a whole in some way, shape or form? And I hear the community of Masterton just highly supports this show, and you get that strong feeling when you see all the teachers coming in with the children from Lakeview School that, yeah, they highly support it all right. Right, back to the board though right at the moment. This is the opportunity where these wool handlers can do that little bit extra. Try to get a bit of a jump start here. And when that, as she does end up landing on the table, this fleece, we've got as much done as we possibly can. And here we go, Tuma. Fleece is ready to flow.
It sure is. I was saying on about this morning, these taller wool handlers have a bit of an unfair advantage. Ooh. Look at Vinny. Cut it out, Vinny. And here's Jeremy. Oh, a little bit overhanging, Jeremy. See what these other wool handlers can do. Oh, that's a big fleece. Oh, konnichiwa.
They're not easy fleeces to handle at all. But good. These are senior wool handlers. We don't want them to be all boxed up and them just chucking them, you know, sort of from where they're standing up beside the shearing board, just turning around and giving them a flick with one hand and landing squarely. This is to bring out the best in them. They've got to have a real good think about how they're going to get all this fleece spread out nicely and evenly across these tables. And the table's not that big. By jolly it's not. And get it all to stay on there. Back to the board they go. They've got to get that crutch full. Under the watchful eye of these judges. They also swap round. You'll see them swap round. There's a swap happening as I speak. Okay, just like the shearing judges. Round they go, just in case there's a slight difference in opinion on what is a point and what's not. So we keep it as even as we possibly can. When all these baskets go out the back, no one knows who the wool handler was in this case. Who was white? Oh, I don't know. White's white. The timekeepers know, but the secretary and the likes, but not the judges. We keep it as even as we possibly can. What else is going on in these tables, Tuma?
Down here on table number 4, the shearer takes the cheek wool off. The wool handler's got to be right there to catch it before it touches the fleece. Otherwise, they will get penalised. Down the last side come these shearers, these wool handlers. Some of them still got wool on the table. Look at that little Japanese fella up and about. He's in there, fribbing the belly. There we go. Next fleece to hit the table. Here goes Jeremy.
Dirty.
Is there a little bit of bunching on that one, Gerald? Oh, he's this young Japanese guy. He's into it.
He gave it some ear, didn't he?
That's what you want to see.
He was confident.
There was an air ball.
An ear ball.
Didn't hit
Nothing
the table squarely. Well, there he is, ladies and gentlemen, the Japanese boy who's learned to shear. He represents Japan at the next World Championships, and he's got the red sun in the old screen there as they got ready. The belly comes off. At the top of the belly is a bit of frib wool. It's yellow, it's discoloured, it's worth nothing. In actual fact, it's a discount to the farmer. The wool handler receives that, takes away the frib wool. It might be worth about 5 cents, or the farmer could get 5 cents docked at the other end. The wool handler takes it out. The lovely bright wool is what we want in the wool pack, and that's worth on a very good day about $4.50. All they do, if they leave it all together, they penalise the farmer, and we call it adding value. So these wool handlers' names are Wool Handler Adding Value to the Farming Wool Clip, which is not quite $1 billion a year, ladies and gentlemen. If you work that out in dollar terms, that's about $7 million a day, every day that this beautiful fibre returns to Aotearoa. So we got the last fleece coming onto the table now. Jeremy has got a beautiful fleece. Let's see what he can do with it. Let's make the most of it, Jeremy. It is a fleece that Oh, the Japanese man said, Jeremy who? Look at his fleece, ladies and gentlemen. He's landed on an oshi, shunoshi. He's around the top of the table. Jeremy has to go fast. The clock is ticking. 1 minute and 30 seconds. 1 minute and 20 seconds. They start to lose 1 point. Up till then, it's 10 seconds a point. The 120 comes up, you get penalised heaps. It is 1 point per second. Oh, she's rolling the fleece up. He's right at the top of his game. Vinny Goodyear's got his fleece in the pack and he's leaving Jeremy behind. Rolling the fleece up. Come on, Oishi. Young Adrienne Samuels putting it in the wool pack to her. She's quiet, this lady. She's just going about the business.
Here she goes, brim in hand, but down there, Vinny Goodyear on table number 1. He looks like he's probably about 15 seconds away from finishing. But the Japanese man, look at him. He's going around, throwing his broom around like a ninja star. That's what we want to see. Come on, mate. Clean underneath that table. Pushes the table over. Look out for the judge, Gerald.
There she's all go. Vinny's wrapped up in the front stand here. But Jeremy, his brother, is as well. Samuels, how's she getting on? Is she getting down to the last finishing touches down the bottom stand? The table's getting flung around again by the Japanese man. He's doing the big shake. He's small and nifty, and he's making use of it. He's right down on his hands and knees now, making sure she's going to be as clean as clean. Hand in the air there. Well done. Give him a round of applause. Samuels, finishing touches. Is she happy? And she is.
Well done, fellas. Thanks very much. Heat 4 of our Puni Kokiri Senior Woolhandling Championship. Heat 4. Table 1, Dane Rihi. Connor Puha on 2. Anna Braddock from Ekatahuna on 3. And Brittany Tibble from Gisborne competing on stand 4. Just a call, ladies and gentlemen, there has been some car keys dropped in. So if you've lost your keys and you can identify them, by all means come and get them. They're up at the front table.
Just like to say for all the people who have just arrived, a very warm welcome to you. Just a reminder, it's smoke-free stadium and surrounding area. Okay, smoke-free stadium, surrounding area. There is a smoke-free tent out the back if you'd like to have a chat about trying to quit smoking. So feel free to go and see the ladies out the back. Otherwise, just keep this as a smoke-free area. The other thing, a bit of housekeeping too, is these chairs, these lovely red and blue chairs that are all down on the flat here, mainly for the shearers. Please do not go setting your hand pieces and the likes on them. There was a bit of oil stain and the likes from last season. So keep these chairs nice and tidy. Show a little bit of respect. Also use the rubbish tins, okay? Light work, or many hands make light work, was what I was trying to say. Yeah, so keep the chairs tidy. Try to keep the stadium tidy as well with your bits and pieces of rubbish. Rightio, talking about tidy. She's
Shearers
left tidy
to the
up the
board.
front.
We've got the green light. We're good to go. Can we have the wool buddies off the stage? Shearers, get set, go. What heat are we on, Gerald? We're on heat number
4. Heat 4. Reheat. Stand 1. From, talking about hard pronunciations, Titiko. O'Connor Puha. Kimber Bolton. They are from. Anna Bradwick down on the 4th stand, and Brittany Tibble on the bottom stand down there from Gisborne. Right, what are we up to? Shearers starting to head up the net. Been round the crutch area. They got that great privilege of just being right there with them. In a shearing situation, especially when it comes to lambs, ladies and gentlemen, if you get a really fast shearer and lambs where they're just pumping out the 500s, they'll have what's commonly known as one-on-one, okay, where that wool handler will stay with that shearer all day. It's a one-on-one. You can't do anything but that to keep up with and getting the job done correctly. If you've got an average sort of shearing team in there, the Rousies will do 1.5 each. And that takes a bit of peripheral vision as well, folks, when you are doing one here and half the one in the middle, and the other wool handler's doing one there and half the one in the middle. So they work at a really good pattern. It's very good to watch, depending on the speed. But if you've got a real gun shearer, it's one-on-one. And in between times, the shearers have just about finished the first one. And here we go, the exciting part of the fleece throw. It's a wee bit hanging over here for Rihi.
That's a lovely throw, Gerald. Beautiful throw on table one.
Oh, a lot of air time there.
Woo! The power, I could feel the power as the wool went past here, just swooped past at 1,000 kilometres an hour. Brittany Tibble said, you get on that table, you naughty fleece, and let me do the business. Look at the beautiful throw there from the Braddock girl from Igatahuna on table number 3. How's the Teteko man going? Texas. You call him from Texas and you'll know where you're talking about. Dane Rehe.
Ah, down here, he's going well. He's just got that wee bit hanging over there, but he's back to the crutch wool at the moment. This is all the timing right now. Cleans that, just chucks it on the floor. He said, I'll sweep that up later. Top knot, I've got that in my hand. That'll go in that basket right now. And so he does. He'll be due to come back to the table in a wee second or two. Down on the bottom, all the shearers staying as a synchronised shearing, as they should do, to keep it as even as we possibly can. Fleeces, all the tables, are just all the wool handlers coming back to the tables now. This is where the fingers have got to get going. They've got to make their decision. Do I want that off or do I not? Okay? So you don't want to overskirt because that's going to cost the farmer money where you have good wool that will be okay in the main line put into a less valued oddment. Okay, that's no good. We can't have that. It's very, very precise. Tuma, what's happening in your end?
Down here, Brittany's still got her table on the fleece. Come on, girl, roll that fleece. Nice, tight and compact is how these judges want to see that fleece getting rolled up. Back to the table she runs. These shearers are putting some good pressure on these wool handlers, and here they go. Turn and throw.
Ooh.
There's some pretty good throws on there as well. Come on, Brittany, sweep your board. Oh, these smokes, these wool handlers are starting to get a little bit wooled up, I think, Gerald.
Yeah, Rehe. A little fleece he sat on here, only that little bit hanging over. That would have been one of the front shoulders, ladies and gentlemen. This is all the head wool up the top end of the table here. He decides a wee bit more needs to come out, and he make that call. Look at that, very nice. He rolled that over, conserving time and energy, straight to the board, timed perfectly for the belly wool. Sorts that. Puha, how's he going? Undermine's done, gets it out of the way for the shearer, puts his hands up, and the locks basically fall in there and into the basket. Back to the table he goes. Just because it's hanging on the floor doesn't mean it's contaminated. He lifts it off there, flicks it back up to the table where it should be. It's still part of the main line. It doesn't mean it's less value just because it landed on the floor. Oh, jolly no. How's your end getting on, Tumo?
Yeah, just watching these wool handlers, you know, when they hit the long blow, that's pretty much all the time they've really got to skirt these fleeces, which is not a lot. So that's why, you know, when the shearers are getting to the undermine and that, before they get the undermine, they try and get half of the fleece done so that they don't have the whole fleece to skirt just while these shearers are on the long blow, because here comes another fleece. And young Brittany down here, she's thinking, what the heck's going on? Because she's having a few problems down here, Gerald, but
yeah,
she's looking composed.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it is on the day, isn't it? It is the Golden Shears. And, yeah, it can play a little bit, a few tricks with your mind being at the Golden Shears. By jolly it can. But not a lot of tricks in this throw down here on this front stand. She's looking pretty good. A little bit here, a little bit there. That's that leg area again, ladies and gentlemen. If you can see where I'm pointing. Just that front leg sitting there, just hanging over the table a little bit. Round he goes, Rihi. Puha, how's he getting on? Flicking over, he's quite happy with that side there. Got it hanging on the far side once again. Won't be too pleased with that. Braddock. Flicking around there.
1 minute and 20 seconds is all these wool handlers are allowed. That is the sealed time. Then it's 1 point per second. Not a lot of time. We're probably near 45 seconds now. So these wool handlers, they need to pick it up. They need... Who wants to be in the semi-finals? That's what it comes down to, Gerald.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Who's hungry? Look out, we've got a whole table on its side, folks. This is something new. By jolly, there's been a lot of new things at the Golden Shears. Ricky Pivac wearing a sweatband on his head was one, and now we've got a table on its side. By jolly, the big sweep up, who gives him a good run though, doesn't it? You can get that broom really working now, using that ear. What else is happening? Has it worked well for him? He's got it all bundled up. He's given a bit of a shake down the front stand here. Under the table they go down on the bottom stand. Tribble. Hands in the air. Pooha. Finished first. Then we've got stands 1 and 3. Finishing touches done for Tibble. Keep her going. That's it. Let's hear some noise for her. She's doing the big shake. It's going to come down to a lot of points as well. She's happy with that. She's into the basket down to the last little second bits. Those little things that get made into work socks. There you go, workers. She's wrapped.
Thank you, fellas. Heat 5. Competitors for Heat 5 will have you on the table. Puni Wairarapa from Gisborne. On table 1, Sarah Higgins. Marlborough on 2, Carmen Smith from Pongaroa. Competing on table 3, and Pania Piwari from Omahu on table 4.
Thank you,
Just
Rick.
a final call, please, for intermediate shearers. Timothy Wilson from Masterton, Aaron Waihi from Masterton, Pagan Rimini, Marshall Guy, Ben Liley, those competitors. Final call for you in the intermediate. If you're not here in about 2 minutes, we'll have to leave you out, guys. So get up here, get a singlet, and let us know you're here, please.
Thank you, Rick. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are sponsored here by Quitline, and we have Dave Lowe up here and also Josie Ronganui Redi. She is the spokesperson for Quitline Smoking Okati Kaipaipa. Stop smoking cigarettes, and we got a little bit of time there, but in this little box here is a JB Hi-Fi voucher for $100 gift voucher. We're going to draw that, ladies and gentlemen, and I've been asked by Dave to draw it. But before we go on, we're going to have a little bit of word from Josie.
Kia ora koutou katoa. No mai haere mai, if you're not from the Wairarapa Smoke Free Coalition have sponsored our commentators to spread the Aotearoa 2025 smoke-free vision. And if you don't know, folks, we're hoping to be smoke-free in 2025. Now's the time to quit. You can ring Dave here at Quitline or come to Whaiora down the road and be part of our AKP team. Be part of the hundreds who have quit already this year. Get on the waka, folks.
Thank you very much. And we're all reformed smokers. And Dave, I've been finished for 20 years. How long have you been finished?
10.
So I'm better than you. Let's have a couple of words from the leader out there in the tent.
Kia ora, everyone. It's good to be back in the Wairarapa. Actually, from the Wairarapa myself, grew up in Featherston. Grew up in the Shearing sheds, actually. Dad was Shearing, Mum was a Rousey, so it's good to be here. We're going to be here all week. We're just out front, so if you're a smoker, if you've got whānau who smoke and you want to quit, or you want your whānau to quit, come see us. We'll get you registered. And yeah, we'll help you every step of the way. But we'll be doing this draw every day. So if you weren't in for a chance today, try again tomorrow and Saturday.
Ladies and gentlemen, we draw out the one from Quitline, the name that we're going to draw to win the JB Hi-Fi voucher for this day. This is done every day, and that person is
Teresa Havalova. Are you here?
Teresa Havalova. We have your number. Give her a hand, ladies and gentlemen. She is the receiver, the winner of Quitline, and she got a JB Hi-Fi voucher. Thank you very much. Smoke-free people, ladies and gentlemen. You still smoking, Carmen? No, she doesn't smoke. Back to you guys.
Shearers to the board. Timekeepers ready. Shearers, get set, go. You put Carmen on the spot a little bit.
Well, I was just trying to make her relax, actually. She's a bit wound up like a blingin' spring, and I thought, well, if I chuck one at her, she might relax, but no, she looks like a panther ready to pounce, doesn't she? She's on the top of her game. She's in the wool pressing final for the women's as well. So we got a good line up here. We have Puni. Puni's still in the seniors. Whoa. Sarah Higgins from Marlborough on 2, Carmen Smith Pongaroa on table 4, and Pania Piware. Man, she's still in the seniors too. They're experienced, these senior wool handlers, aren't they, Tuma?
Some of these senior wool handlers are very, very experienced. But they've only been doing the shows for a little while, so we might have to give them their one for now. But anyway, back to the board, and these wool handlers are working away with their shearers. If you're new to this and are not sure what's going on at the moment, what we're doing is we're processing the fleeces that the sheep are carrying. The shearer cuts them off, and then there's 9 different lines that come out of these fleeces that these wool handlers need to sort it into. It's a little bit rough, really. The poor old wool handler doesn't get a very good deal because the shearer makes a big mess, and these wool handlers, it's their job to clean it up. So I suppose these wool handlers have really got the shearer's backs, you could say. But here we go. The first fleece is about to hit the table, Gerald.
Beautiful. Here's Waihappy. Here's the first one. Doesn't give it any ear time, and it works perfectly for her. It's a little beauty and another little beauty. Oh, they've been around a while, all right. Look at this. Carmen Smith sets her footing, and it worked. You see that pause there? Just thought, I'll just set that footing right. I'll just take a breath, and I'll just quietly pop that baby out. I'm not going to do this for show. I'm just the heats. I'm just going to do what's required. And it's a beautiful throw. And she's off to work. Up one side, she's already been. Flicks it over. Back to the board now. The belly wool's arriving. Got to get that browny old, stainy old stuff out of there. It's no good. And round that crutch, that mustn't stay there under the watchful eye of these judges. And it's all got to come out. If I don't get it now, I've got to get it later. But I've already been penalised by then. So it's a double banger then, isn't it? Double penalised as the shearers open the neck wool up. Onto that cheek, they all go diving for that. Here we go, they're going to have to make their way back to those tables soon. They're going to make that call, and who's going to be first here? They basically all arrive at the same time. The shearer turns towards that long blower right, left first shoulder, back to the table. They've got 1/2 to go. Around the edges, getting that little wee stained wool. See that there? That makes work socks as well, folks. That's what that goes to. Once they've got that out and they're quite happy, and they've already got the head wool out that normally will sit at the top of the table here, they'll go for the roll. Well, it needs to be nice and tight. Squash it all up into a bundle. Then it would be normally into a bale, but in this stage, just into these fedges. All good, Koro. You are busy. We'll go to Tuma. You out there.
Pania. I'm down here watching Pania, and she missed the cheek wool. She missed the cheek wool when the shearer turned to the last side, and I saw her lips, and she said, far out. But these shearers are putting some very, very good pressure on these wool handlers. These fleeces, some of them look like they're really quite challenging, not holding together very well. Pania's full of concentration. She can't hear me, so I can say whatever I want. She's just that much in concentration. But these shearers, they work through the crutch. In the crutch, we have the shorter wool, a little bit of pizzle stain, Gerald.
Yeah, it can
no
be.
good. No good.
No good. That's got to come out. Pizzle stain. It's short wool for a start, and the pizzle stain does not scar, meaning it will not wash out. Okay, you can have shed stain. Now, shed stain is when the sheep have got mucky, and it's normally not along the side of their body where they've been rubbed, by the tail of another sheep, commonly known as shed stain, and that is very hard to scar out as well. Shed stain. Believe it or not, for a little bit of trivial information for you, the best way to get rid of shed stain is ultraviolet light. Okay, it responds very well to that. What does that mean? Sunlight. So you let them go, put them out in the paddock, let the sun at it, and the shed stain will go away. But it doesn't wash out, not very well. Ultraviolet light is the key. And if the girls get shed stain in the shed, or if they get it here, which they won't because it's the Golden Shears and they're too well presented for that. But if they did, they would take that out. But here we go, they're in for the rolls. What's that? That'll be the last and final fleece arriving, Tuma.
Pania Piwari down here, she's peeking out a little bit. Come on, Pania. Your shearers are finished. 1 minute and 20 seconds, and then it's 1 point per second. Squeeze the fleece through. Ooh, a little bit of bunching here on table 4. It sounds like you got a goodie down there, Gerald.
Yeah, it's going okay. We would have bunched him, but why Happy's been going well down here. She's just doing what needs to be done. No poor throws. Just, you know, real good steady effort here happening on the front stand. How are you getting on the bottom? A bit difficult to see from here, you know, the more detailed sort of thing. It's a bit like mowing the lawns looking all that way, but what are the edges like down that end?
Well, I think my favourite for this heat would have to be Carmen. I think she's had the best throws overall. Pania got a little wee bit behind, and she sort of lost her little mojo for a bit, but I think it's back because she's looking like she's ready to rock and roll. She's going to be the first one with the brim in hand. Oh, Carmen is there as well. She's from Pongaroa. Here we go, roll up time. This Pania down here, Pania Piwari, little lady, but she's full of go. Come on, Pania, pick up the broom, you're teetoing around. 1 minute and 20 seconds is all you got. Puni down there on table number 1.
Higgins.
Where did she come from?
Come on, Higgins, that's what I'm hearing. Come on, Sarah. Quick, keep it going. Poor throw on the second, but you've recovered from that. Forget about it now. Move on. Shift your focus. Back onto the job at hand. That's it. Onto the broom now. Why Happy on the front stand? It's looking good. That's the hand up there. Give her a round of applause. The wee shake happening. Pania, the pocket rocket. Down stand 4. She's got that wall, but she doesn't know what to do with it there. I'll put it in there. She said, there's an empty basket. That'll do it.
She hasn't got enough baskets.
She hasn't. She's too good. She's got more than 9 lines. Back to the table. She's happy now, mate. In between all that, Carmen's racked up. Sarah right down in amongst it. Keep it going, Sarah. Hands in there. That will leave 1 and the last and final heat to arrive.
Thanks, Gerald. Our 4 last competitors, final competitors in this last heat. Table 1, Tumanako Waikari from Masterton, Emma Mason from Masterton, Paige Broush, Parangahau, Juliet Lyons up from Alexandra. The 4 last competitors in the Puni Kokiri Senior Wool Handling event. This will be followed, ladies and gentlemen, by our Intermediate Shearing Championship. There's 8 heats, so there'll be a pretty fast and furious hour and a half of shearing to come.
This will give you a bit of a view here, ladies and gentlemen. You see this final tidy up by the new member. See this wool riding here? That's what the judges were looking for, okay? That's what it's judged, meaning it wasn't completely tidy when the last crew left. So these are the sorts of things they look at down here. We do that even in shearing judging day, where we shear a sheep and all the judges are there and we have a big discussion on what we thought the job was like, and then we'll re-shear that sheep. Okay, we re-shear a shorn sheep. It's quite hard to do because it's slippery. Okay, so it's quite a slippery, kicky thing because it's not too keen on round 2, but like a cage fight, round 2. So, and we re-shear it to find out how much more wool we could actually get off that sheep. To give you an example of how many second cuts you might have made.
To the board. We've got the green light, we are good to go. Timekeepers ready. Shearers, get set, go. Gerald, back to you.
Rightio. Last and final heat. The big woolly backs arrive. Well presented sheep. Whether they're over skirting or not, there's not a lot of skirting to be done because they are very clean. And a lot of that cleanliness comes from a lack of a lot of seed head. They've been fed well, kept on shorter grass that sheep enjoy where the sugars are higher. And once the grass goes to seed, it loses its nutritional value, but also in this case, it rubs along the sheep's belly and the sides, which causes these issues. But there's not a lot coming off. Well presented sheep and a credit to the farmer. Absolute credit. Up the neck the shearers go. Wool handlers just sort of just feeling their way here. Waikani from Masterton. Mason from Masterton. There's a couple there. We want to hear some noise for them. The Lion, of course, from Alexandra. And Brosh from a long word down there. Oh, you won't try to pronounce that. It'll be a massive failing. I better just to say it's a long word. Trust me. Right, back to the board. First throws about to arrive. 4 tables are waiting. They're just picking out those little bits, starting to do the reshuffle up now, getting it all organised. Tuma, here we go. Talk us through these babies. Here we go. My man down here might pull this baby off.
Juliet Lyons turns and throws. That's a pretty good fleece. Paige Broush, lovely throw from her as well. Emma Mason, nice throw. These are all 4 throws are pretty good. Just looking down there, we've got Tumanako down there on table number 1. He's another one that's probably entered into this triathlon event. Where you have to shear in an event, you need to wool handle in an event and press. And the best quality out of all 3 events receives a lovely prize of $500 in a red ribbon, which is pretty awesome. But here we go, all the wool handlers, they run back to their shearers, get the short wool out from around the crutch, push the longer wool around so that they don't trip over it, because I think that's why they call it an undermine, isn't it? That longer wool, you can trip over it when you step up the neck, so they need to move it around.
Could be too. Just thinking about the Alexandra thing, of course you've probably all been watching a bit of TV, what's called the Shearing gang, you know, reality TVs all go these days with all sorts of things on. Most of it's either a cooking program or a reality TV of some sort. But anyway, we've got our own one going. That's Peter Lyon, a seriously big contractor out of Alexandra. And it just follows a couple of gangs around. You would have seen it on the trials and tribulations of the day-to-day lifestyle of a shearing contractor in business and the day-to-day lifestyle of shearers and wool handlers. Playing hard, working hard, getting the job done, the camaraderie that's all involved in it, and everything that happens here. Very exciting. Tuma, here they go again.
Here we go. I think Paige Broush had the best throw last time. She lays it on there. Tumanako, a little bit of bunching down there. There's some pretty good throws, you know, like the main guts of the fleeces down the centre of the table with the oddments just overhanging a little bit or to the sides where you don't have to go looking for them. It's when you have to go looking for them, if they're tucked underneath or flipped over the top, that makes it a little bit hard. Isn't that right, Gerald?
That's how it works, all right. Wool handling, they do take a little bit of, they don't get the, what would you call it, the honour and prestige that they possibly should. They are, you've got the pressers, they're the hardest working people in the shed because they're driven by how fast the shearers are going. They don't drive themselves, they've just got to keep up or they get walled in, and that's no good. And then you've got the shearer doing its job, and then the wool handlers are the ones that add value. It's called value add, adding value to the product. And now is the best time to sort wool. Not under an ultraviolet light, standing there after it's been washed and scoured and picking the wee brown bits out then. No, best and number one opportunity is right now, right here. This is when the farmer gets some paid for it. So they add huge value. They are the most important people in the shed, and farmers know that. Sure, we love the shearers because it's just a Kiwi thing, all that power and testosterone and all that stuff that's up on that board. But the wool handler is very, very important. Very important. Here we go again. Tuma, the throws are about to come.
I like the looks of Juliet Lyons' fleece as it's lying up there on the board. Looks a bit big. But
whoa, beautiful.
Oh, 4 lovely throws. Look at this fleece down here of Juliet. It's a monster. Okay, 1 minute and 20 seconds. These wool handlers have got, come on, wool handlers. Fingers need to go, lips need to go, toes need to go. Everything needs to be moving. Here we go, Juliet Lyons, around the top of the table she goes. She has a look for a bit of neck wool. If you can't find it, don't bother looking because there's probably none there. Here we go, round the other side of the table. Paige there on table number 3 from Paronga. Oh, she's scooting along as well, fingers going. but it's all table 2, Gerald.
The big shake, the big bang, running back to the board. She is deadly serious. Where's my broom? Where's my broom? There it is, it's under the table. Onto it she goes. She's got the ear going. Waikani on the front stand the same. Lion gets the table out of the way, gets that fleece in the bag. Now clears the table. It must be cleared. Must be cleared in between fleeces. It must be cleared at the end. Broom on the table here. Stand 1. It's going to be a big, mighty, belated finish, and it is. Waikani on stand 1, a local boy from Masterton. First hand in the air, looking for a good semi-final place. There we go. Mason is wrapped up as well. Takes a deep breath.
Could I just interrupt you guys? We'd like the novice wool handling finalists to gather to the side of the stage. We're going to make a presentation. If you're not here, you do not get the prize. Ooh. Novice wool handling presentation in about 5 minutes. If you're not here, you forfeit the prize. Back to you guys.
There we go. We're a wrap. We've had the hand in the air, ladies and gentlemen. That is the senior wool handling here at the Golden Shears. You've seen them all. There's been 6 heats of 4. We'll get them down to the semi-final. Give them a round of applause. They've given it everything they had, and it's not easy getting up here, and especially not when it's the Golden Shears, because you're not going to get a lot of goes at it.
I think a mention needs to be made to our shearers too, Gerald. Thanks to our shearers for giving up their time and coming and sharing for these wool handlers. Some of these wool handlers can be a little bit snarky to share for. There's a couple that are sort of seem to be a bit repetitive. But you know, it's a thankless task, and these guys are chosen for their abilities. You know, they're good shearers. They don't go out there to rip the fleece open or anything. So yeah, thanks a lot to Paddy Mason and his boys.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we'll have a little bit of music while we get set up for the presentation. You novice wool handling finalists, if you'd like to come to the stage, and it's on behalf of ANZ. And this year, there are 3 prizes. They are opening up a bank account for 3 place getters. And will you be depositing any funds in the bank account?
Oh, yes, there will be.
I'm not asking how much there will be, but knowing ANZ, it would be mighty fine. So you first 3 place getters, there is a bank account open for you, and funds will be deposited there, and that'll start you on your novice journey in your savings. So in 15 years' time, you can look back at the ANZ, and ANZ, you helped me achieve my first million. How's that?
Good stuff. Thanks, Corey.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. The novice wool handling finalists, please come to the side of the stage. If you're not here, you can forfeit your prizes.
Just a reminder for competitors in Heat 1 of the intermediate shearing, we want you ready to go immediately after the presentation. Heat 1, Shane Meehan, Quinton Sanson, Whatarangi Graham, Jesse Edmonds, Liam Quinlivan, Mitchell Williams. First 6 competitors for the intermediate shearing heats. And we'll get underway as soon as we've finished our presentation for our novice event.
Here we've got 1 novice wool handler, so we're waiting for the other 3. So if the novice wool handlers could come down to the commentators table, please. And then once we've got you all assembled and ready to go, we'll get you up onto the stage. So